want to welcome everybody in?
Welcome back.
You want to welcome everybody in? Yeah, welcome back. Dude, that's mad funny, dude.
Sorry, I got my Shannon Sharp right now. I'm wearing glasses because I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Welcome back, everybody, to Dad Noise episode. What number is this?
6?
Is it 6? Okay.
I don't know.
Episode 6?
Could be. Or 7. 6, 7.
I don't even know what that's about, dude.
Me neither, bro. It's the kids, bro. You know,
All right.
I'm too old for it.
I actually, like, I've seen people do that. I don't even know what it's about.
I don't know.
But yeah, welcome back, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us for this one. It's gonna be a heavy one, I think. I mean, maybe not heavy, but it's just like it's a pretty important topic. We got
Couldn't
going
agree
on.
more.
Before we get into it, any good news? Anything that happened that's good over the last couple of weeks since we recorded? You got anything for us? I got one thing.
Well, we had 2 nice days of weather, and then we got bombarded with an absolute shit show yesterday.
Yeah, it was 80 degrees on
Monday and Tuesday?
on Wednesday
No, Monday, Tuesday.
or Tuesday.
Or Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then we got snow on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, with
That was
hail.
crazy.
That was ass.
So good news is got something else to protect the family with.
New gun.
Shout out H&K. Absolutely love this thing.
Do a couple celebratory rounds.
That's crazy. So that's good news.
We're not gonna listen.
The family is and the public are a little safer.
We're not gonna talk about guns this episode, but we are gonna do an episode about guns. But I just gotta say,
We should talk about guns. Like actually just like, yo, this gun is awesome because of XYZ. I love this because of XYZ.
yeah, but you gotta be an absolute idiot to be anti-gun. People think that guns are the problem. How?
I mean,
Let me tell you something, dude.
I can play devil's advocate right now.
There's no devil's advocate because
There's no devil's advocate.
guns kill people, right? Okay. I understand. You can limit the, you know, you can do more extensive background checks. You can do whatever the kids, okay, sure. At the end of the day, okay, the person is the issue. Stop blaming the gun. Does the gun make it easier versus your fist or versus a knife? Sure.
Yeah.
If I'm doing 150 miles an hour on the freeway in a Porsche and I hit a bus and I kill the entire bus, all the kids and the driver, everybody's dead.
It was a school bus?
It's a school bus.
Oof.
You're going to blame me or you're going to blame Porsche? You're going to blame me. You're not going to blame the car for doing 150 miles an hour. You're going to blame me.
So the argument from somebody who's against guns would say, in order to keep it equal, I would ban cars from being able to go over 70 miles an hour.
Pass. No.
That's the argument.
I mean, you rarely do. Well,
Essentially,
I wouldn't say rarely,
if it's the
but
person who uses an object, in the case of a car, we can't get rid of the object because it's transportation. But I would limit how you can use such object. Where in case of a gun, the argument is since it's not essential to transport, it's not like transportation, or it's not like it's not something that you need to survive.
don't the cameras have to be up? The app?
It was up.
What the hell? Perfect. So you got a new gun. How you feel about that?
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of a thing. I was in the middle of like I think saying
About cars.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's not something we need to survive. I can ban it completely. But because cars are something we need to survive, hey, I'll just make it so you can't drive that fast.
Yeah, I get that, but
I'll govern your car, and that's what they technically I already do that. Like if I get to 149 miles an hour in my car,
the ECU shuts off.
it doesn't
most
let me
cars
go
at, like,
anymore.
150
So
or
technically,
155.
they already do that. I don't have the freedom to go as fast as I want in my car.
Not on a bike, they don't.
No, not in a bike.
Bro, here's my argument, dude. Okay, you want good news? I'll hit you with good news.
Oh, here we go.
I finished, and huge shout out to Taylor Sheridan. Finished Yellowstone. Finished 1883. Finished 1923.
Welcome to 2021.
Yeah. And I watched one episode of Marshals, which is not bad. But
I haven't watched that new one yet, the Marshals.
it's not bad. It's a quick action. Like it's not like they, you know. I mean, again, I've watched one episode. I think the third one comes out Sunday, so I'm 2 behind. But 1883 and 1923, everybody had guns, dude, and you dealt with business in the streets. Everybody was more normal back then.
In the streets.
Everybody was more normal. So don't blame the gun. Blame people that changed. Now, I do agree that laws and things like that have to change with the times. But stop normalizing people being stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
Pat, you've known me for a long time. I've been depressed. I've been sad. I've been angry. I've been a lot of things, dude.
yeah. Uh-huh.
My first notion is not, I'm pissed. I'm going to go shoot up a school. It's not my notion, dude.
No, some people have that notion,
Right.
dude.
And what do you call that? A mental illness, bro. So stop blaming the gun. But I get it. I get it in the sense of like, if you can't, because, you know, people say, oh, you can make the regulations. What regulations, bro?
I mean, I legit.
If you've never been to a psychiatrist and you struggle with mental illnesses, you struggle with depression, you struggle with anxiety, whatever the case may be, and you've never been to a psychiatrist or a doctor just because you haven't,
right,
and then you go apply for a gun, nobody has any background on your.
That's what I'm saying. I legit do not know what can get more stringent, like what they can do to make it more tight, the regulation, because they do a background check to see if you've committed any crimes or if you have any history of anything that is in the system. Mm-hmm. Here in Jersey, I can't buy. I need a license. I need a specific permit for every handgun I own.
Yep.
So like if I want to get another handgun, I have to apply for another permit again. Like,
and you're limited to 2 a year.
Yeah, and even if I like apply for 2, I can't buy one within 30 days. You can only buy one. You have to wait 30 days to buy another one.
Like you're trying to put all these regulations. What?
That's what I'm saying.
What does that do?
Like there's all this stuff, like, which is, again, all these things are stupid. Like, why can I not buy 2 in 30 days? What is me having 2 handguns in 30 days gonna do versus me having 2 handguns in 31 days? Like, why 30 days? What's the 30 day?
I get the.
It's the same thing with the magazine. Like we have a limit of 10 rounds per magazine here.
Right.
What about if is 11 like, is that the cutoff? Like, is 11 rounds now all of a sudden, is that too much? All of a sudden 11 is like too dangerous, but 10 is okay. But 11 though, dude, yeah, it doesn't work. We can't do 11. You can get a handgun in 30 days, 31 but in 29, no, you can't do it in 29.
And
it's got to be 31. It's like, why that cutoff? That, like, what's this arbitrary, like,
on top
number?
Of that, and on top of that, you have a ridiculous amount of if someone breaks into your house and you shoot first, you're screwed.
No.
In Jersey, hell yeah.
It depends. So, no, if you shoot them in the front, like in the front, and they're not running away, it doesn't seem like a sketch. New Jersey does have the castle. It's called a castle doctrine.
Oh yeah,
where your house is your castle and you're able to defend your castle.
But there's a bunch of regulations.
Well, there's a bunch of things that relate to it. So like, if these people have even a pinky toe touching the outside part of your front door, you're screwed. Like, they have to be 100% inside your home and not running away.
Can you imagine, bro?
Like, if I say, "Hey, I'm armed," and then they start running, and then I come out and I shoot them in the back after they're running away, after they're in my house already, but I shoot them as they're running away through my house, I'll get in trouble. But so you got to be careful, right? If you're going to shoot somebody, the idea is, bro, like, we never want to use this, right? I hope I never get to shoot anybody. Like, that's the idea.
I disagree. I disagree.
Why?
Because mentality changed. Mentality changed when I got married.
No, but
and then it changed again.
I hope I never have to shoot somebody.
Sure. I hope.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, but the mentality.
But you just
changed.
said no. I disagree. I hope I get to shoot somebody. Like, dude, like,
the mentality changed when you got married. Mentality changed again when you have a kid.
I agree.
Because, bro, you don't know somebody's intentions, bro.
Of course.
And I'm never. At the end of the day, my life, my wife's life, my son's life.
Yeah.
Is never going to come second to your intentions, especially since I don't know your intentions.
No, of course. No, in that sense, 100%. It's the idea though is like, I want to be able to protect my family if I ever need it. It's that whole saying, like, it's better to have and not need than need and never and not have, right? So I hope I never need it. I genuinely do.
I don't want to take a life.
Not only because I don't want to shoot somebody, but also like I think it's just fun. Like I like going to the range and shooting there.
Yeah,
like I
it's
think
awesome.
that's really fun. Like it's also like a hobby part of. There's a hobby part of this as well. But the ultimate idea is like, yeah, like if somebody's threatening my son's life, my wife's life, my parents' lives, whatever, it's something I will be glad that I have, that I'm able to then do something to try and protect them. And I might not even be successful. There's also that. People forget that. Like, just because I have a gun in the house, I can fail.
Yeah.
I can be the one that gets shot instead, you know?
You might fail because you have 10 bullets, not 11.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. Because guess what, dude? That criminal is going to come in with a magazine, a 19-round magazine.
Yep. An Uzi, something automatic.
Whatever.
You never know. Yeah. RPG.
Is there a reason you said Uzi there?
Yeah, but I can't say it on there. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Relax. Satire. 2026.
That's funny.
Satire.
But yeah, they're going to come in with a 19-round magazine. I'm going to be limited to 10 because 11 is too many. Like,
listen, brother. Listen, I'm not. Listen, I do want to make an episode where we
we should talk about this
guns,
more.
But I do want to say this, and I know that you're on the same page. At the end of the day, your life, your family's life, your wife, your children, you could have majorly bad intentions breaking into somebody's house, or it's not even about, it's like people use it like breaking somebody's house. Dude, shit happens all the time. Yeah. In a convenience store, in a mall, you could be going into a store buying a Red Bull,
yeah,
and somebody walks in to arm the place and just decides to shoot it up.
Yeah.
Okay? With your wife and kid in the car waiting for you because you're going on a road trip, whatever the case may be. Okay? At the end of the day, your intentions, I don't know what they are, good, medium, bad, doesn't matter, is never going to supersede me protecting my family. And I will take that risk 10 out of 10 times. I've had this conversation with my wife any day of the week, like a bunch of times. Any day of the week, somebody tries to get into the house, do us harm. You think I'm waiting for me to tell them that I'm armed, for me to wait for them to tell me that they're armed, for me to act all the BS New Jersey laws? Nope. Shoot first, think later. And I told her I'll do the time, because in a moment like that, you don't have time to dissect the situation.
Well, imagine not doing it. Imagine not doing it. Something bad happens to your wife and child that you're protecting,
and you'll never be able to come back from that.
And the state's gonna say, "Hey, but you followed the law, though. Great job."
Yeah,
like,
not interested.
Me? Yeah.
We'll come.
Did you say life is important? Is that what you should have said? Yeah. Like that segue.
We'll come back to that another day. I did want to touch on this topic that we discussed last week. By the way, we were supposed to record last week. Sorry you missed us for those 32 subscribers that we have. Pat forgot 34. Pat forgot the SD card, so we had to abort. But it's all good.
No. I'll tell the story.
Here you go.
It's bad.
Well, I don't. So, the guy's a moron, but go ahead.
I edit the podcast, right?
Shout out editor. Producer, baby.
Multiple hats, dude. I edit the podcast, so after we're done here, I go and take the SD cards home, as you know, and then I transfer everything into my computer. I edit, and then the next time we record, I bring them back. I am a naturally forgetful person. It's just how I am. I'm like that with everything.
Yep. It's one of your 8 flaws.
No, it definitely is one of my many flaws.
That's why I said 8. I want to be.
I got at least 12, I think. Anyways, I get here last week. I come downstairs, start setting up.
No, wait. But before you get to that story, you thought you had them, and why didn't you?
Oh, no. That's what I was gonna say. I come downstairs, I start setting up. I get the cameras that we're charging. I screw them on the tripods. I'm like, oh, wait a second. I never even grabbed the freaking SD cards, dude. And just for reference, like I live far enough away where like going back and coming here is like
an inconvenience.
It's just far enough where it's too far to do that.
Yeah.
And like in a short
if you were a town over, okay.
Yeah. But it's just like far enough where it's like it's way too, it would take way too long.
You're 20 miles.
Yeah. And it's not easy miles. It's like a lot of inroads.
But 20 miles there and back, you're at an hour.
Well, dude, it took me 40 minutes to get here today.
Yeah, well, that's because you stopped to get Thai.
Well, no, there was actually traffic, and it took like 45, 46 minutes because of Thai. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I forgot the SD cards, and then I go to Best Buy to
but you're skipping. Why did you forget the SD
Oh
cards?
yeah, we had these ladies come and clean the house, and they organized my desk like when they were dusting, and my organized mess, became a disorganized. What's the word?
Clutter.
No, a disorganized work of art. It was beautiful.
Right.
They did a great job, but it was disorganized in my mind because I didn't know anything was.
Correct. And I'm going to let you finish. I do not want to cut you off. This is just a quick.
Too late.
This is a quick thing for anybody who's married, in a relationship, whatever the case may be. You have a, what's the word? In like the legal term.
What?
When you go to file your taxes, there's that thing like something union. What is it?
A civil union?
Yeah. Anybody who's in a civil union or marriage or relationship.
Just gay people, dude.
Okay, true. But because this happens to me all the time.
Actually, no. Gay people can have this marriage now for them too.
Well, that's a conversation for that's another topic for a different day. But when I put something down,
I hope the cameras are recording, dude. That's crazy. It's green now. Okay, go ahead.
If I put something down, whether it belongs there or not,
Oh, do not touch it.
don't touch it.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if it's out of place. If you have a problem with where I put it down, you come grab me. You want to yell at me, you can yell at me, but don't move it.
Yeah.
Because I know where I left said item. Now when I go to get said item, it's not there.
No, and that's exactly what it was. Like, I wasn't thinking about the SD cards, but I know that like it's always in the same place. I would have seen it maybe that day when I was working and grabbed it. Whatever. But I went to Best Buy to buy the four SD cards so that we can use for that night to record, and then I'll just return it later. I go to the Best Buy. I see one of the SD cards, and then online it says they have 3 more. So I go to the front, I'm like, hey, can you guys get these 3? They must be in the back. And the guy goes, yeah, I got you, dude. Mad confident. He's like, yeah, I got you. I was like, all right, hell yeah, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. He goes, I'm talking to a little bit to the girl in the front, like whatever. She rings me out for the first one. I was just there waiting because there was a long line behind me. Guy comes back, dude, mad confident again. Here you go, man. I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. That was like 2 minutes, super fast. I'm like, again, guy knows what he's doing. Didn't look at it, didn't check it. Long story short, I get here. It's the wrong freaking SD cards, dude. It's the big ones that won't fit in the cameras. Anyways, moral of the story there is don't trust Best Buy, guys.
Yeah, and we had to abort.
Yeah, so we couldn't record. But where are we going with this?
In terms of not knowing what you're doing, this is what I wanted to briefly tell you about last week. Texas. This is from CBS News. Okay,
Oh.
This is old news. Pat's on Lent. He's not on social media.
I'm not on social media doing
I'm
Lent.
providing all the
After
information.
Easter, we'll have more videos and stuff to react to.
Here we go. Ready? It's from CBS News, so it's accurate, right? It's not from X.
Right.
Texas gunman wore property of Allah hoodie and Iran flag T-shirt during attack. Had photos of Iranian leaders at home.
I heard about the shooting, obviously, but you're saying that he was wearing an Iran shirt and a what? And
A hoodie that says property of Allah. Dude, are you kidding me with this shit, dude? You can't make it up, bro. You can't make it up.
I don't know if I believe that, John.
What? CBS, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. Hey, listen, we've done a podcast on Islam.
Bro, listen,
you
man.
know what? You guys know how I feel about.
Oh, look, this is a
Islam.
picture, dude.
No, I'm sure that he was doing that.
There's a picture of the sweatshirt.
No, I'm sure that he was doing that.
Property of Allah, baby. Like, what are you doing?
That seems
here,
like a plant and a half, dude.
bro?
That seems
Possible.
like a plant and a half.
Possible.
From what I know about Muslims, is that they're not supposed to wear anything that is religiously affiliated. Like they're not supposed. Like, you know how Christians wear like Jesus t-shirts and hats or whatever. Like apparently Muslims are not supposed to do that. So why would he be wearing the property of Allah?
Well, 2 people were killed.
And the fact that he had an Iranian
flag
is so perfectly timed,
aligned. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I know the group that is really glad that this happened, but I'm not going to go there. But anyways,
well, that brings you to Iran was freed, and I don't want to talk about that too much, but Iran was freed, and I know how you feel a certain.
Oh, that's
way.
fantastic, John. I you know what? I love guys, Iranians. I am so happy for you that you guys are freed. I couldn't feel. Oh my goodness, the glee that I feel when I wake up in the morning knowing that you guys are free and my gas went up $1 per gallon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love the fact that we freed you. And now me, my family, and all of the hardworking Americans here are going to be paying more money for gas. And it's not just gas. A lot of things are going up. Food's going up. Anything that is petroleum based is going up. And guess what? I'm so glad and happy and willing to pay more out of my own hard-earned cash and money for the basic things that I need to buy on a weekly basis so that you guys can be free in the other side of the world. It's a fantastic feeling. I couldn't tell you guys how happy I am.
So we disagree here, but for you agree with me, but you don't agree with the consequences that came with it. I think that's an accurate assessment.
How many Americans have died so far? I know we lost 6 yesterday because my wife told me about the plane that crashed.
It was a handful.
Right.
All right, listen, dude. Iran
Are any of those Americans' lives worth for a country that is halfway across the world who don't even have? This is not coming from me. This is coming from the administration. It's coming from the news sources back when it happened. We completely disabled their nuclear capabilities when we did those first strikes. So they no longer had nuclear capabilities. So now, why are we doing more? What's the reason we're doing more? Why did we kill Ayatollah?
Well, you're gonna blame Israel.
Like, these guys are all pieces of crap. I'm not saying that these are good guys and we should leave them alone. Hold on, my headset just disconnected.
Technical difficulties.
I'm not saying that these guys are like good guys by any stretch of the imagination. It's not our freaking problem, dude. Like, dude, 80% of the people, 90% of the people in this country just want to live a normal life. The things that are important to them are not what's going on in Iran. Things that are important to people here, to heads of families and moms with their children who they need to drive to sporting events, to school and all these things. Dude, it's the price of gas, the price of food, the taxes and the price of
houses.
The price of homes. Like, those things are the things that are important. John, I couldn't care less about, I could not care less, John, about some regime on the other side of the world. I do not care. It's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to American citizens to make their lives easier. In a country like the United States, as rich as we are, for Americans to be struggling to buy and pay for basic things.
I agree.
While we go and free some random country, I couldn't care less, dude. I could not care less. It's not our problem. Europe is Iran is a bigger threat to Europe. Iran is a bigger threat to Asia, to Africa, to anywhere else except anybody here in the West. That is the thing. The reason I told you last week, I can argue and I can play devil's advocate better for the Venezuela thing because it's in our hemisphere. I get what they were doing. They were. I mean,
they're also within striking distance of us. So
super easy. It's like a 4-hour ride down there, like from Florida. Like, it's easy to get across the Gulf there and just do what you got to do. And guess what? We didn't lose anybody. So I think we're at least 10 to 11, 12 American deaths at this point, if not more.
I'll find out right now.
For a country that is halfway across the world that I could not care less about. When you have Americans and American families here struggling for
13. We're at 13.
For basic things, basic needs.
Well, 7 were killed in attacks, 6 in a plane crash.
6 just died last night in the plane
140
crash,
injured and 8 severely wounded.
So it's ridiculous, John. I don't care about freeing Iran. I agree. Don't give a crap.
So I agree. And you can use this in any sense. You can use this for Russia and Ukraine, right? I agree. I think the human aspect of it, the good Samaritan in you feels bad.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely.
We're not Iranian, so it doesn't affect us. I would feel a certain type of way if it was like Brazil going through it, or Venezuela hit a little bit home because my wife's Venezuelan. But I do listen, dude. I agree that we're not. we shouldn't be world police, but we are.
I don't care about if we are world police or not. That doesn't. I don't think we should be either. But
we are.
Even if we are, Iran was doing nothing
To us.
that was directly harming us.
Sure.
That was directly affecting the everyday American citizens' lives.
Yeah, I agree.
None of that was happening. There was no American citizen here in the United States suffering because of something Iran was doing.
So
Nothing.
I say this. I think that we shouldn't do that. Are we still good over there?
Yeah.
I don't think that. I agree with you. I'm not even gonna say half, but I agree with in a black and white scenario. I agree with you. I think that a proper way to do it was like, hey, it's not our hemisphere, right? But if it was something where like the UN was like, hey,
Dude, pressure Europe to get involved, dude.
yeah, and
Pressure
yo,
Europe, hey.
we'll back you.
Yeah.
We'll back
support you.
but not alone.
We'll support you politically.
Not
we'll
alone.
support you.
But instead, it's just us and Israel,
Yeah.
and then of course it looks
Us and who? Us and who? What'd you say? Okay.
Israel,
Yeah.
right? Rather than other countries that are, you know what I'm saying?
Why are we fighting their crap, dude? Why don't they do it by themselves? They don't need us.
Yo, Jesus needs to come back, bro. I'm so
They
I'm
are
sick
they
of
are
this shit.
arguably the second most technologically advanced military in the world. Arguably. US being number one. They don't need us. Like they don't need the US. But you know what? You know what the US doing this together with them, what it does is it gives them cover, right? It's
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not
you won't
Israel.
attack Israel because
It's not Israel doing it
has
by
you.
themselves. It's America doing it now with the help of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Israel doing it with the help of America. Whatever, dude. I don't want to get into all that, but
Yo, real quick.
that is
Yo,
something
my
I
boy-
absolutely disagree.
My boy Alberto said you want to get fried.
That is something I absolutely disagree with, dude.
Inside joke.
Are you gonna take a shot at Fireball?
Yeah, I haven't had Fireball in years, bro.
Yeah, no, go ahead. It's all you.
No, I'm not gonna take. Are you crazy, bro? This is like 2 shots, bro. This is
One shot.
one my ass, bro. Let me smell this real quick. Hold on.
So to bring back all the memories, dude, from like us and like at 22. How's that?
I mean, it tastes like dirt with cinnamon.
They'll just take you back to 2016.
I mean, it's not bad, bro.
They'll
but-
take you back to 2016, dude. 2015 days.
with Danny. Shout out Danny. Shout out Danny. I know you're listening, Danny. You're a good guy. You're not the best, but you're good.
So yeah, I
agree, bro.
I get where you, dude. Trust me, John.
The good
every
Samaritan.
single person in the world, it's not just Iran. Like it's Africa. All the
Russia.
people suffering in Africa. Nobody's suffering in Russia, dude. All the people in Africa suffering. Like
South
they
America.
have awful lives. North Korea. There's a bunch of South American countries.
China.
100%. 100%. Like it sucks, but we can't solve all these problems, especially not at our expense. That's the problem. Americans suffer when we try to police the world.
Yeah, but at the same time though, that's
John, do you see Europeans like suffering because of this Iran thing? I'm sure gas went up there too, but I'm saying like
no, because all of Europe has freaking
we pay more crap.
1.3 liters.
We pay more crap. Like we
Yeah.
pay more. The war is funded by our tax dollars, and the gas, like I said, is already $1 more expensive than it was a week ago.
Yeah.
$1. It went up $1 in a week.
Yeah. It's $4.50 now for premium.
It's insane, dude. It's insane. So
It was $3.
I'm completely against it.
$3.80, $3.90.
because I care about the average American family, and I care about the things that are important to the average American. I'm an average American family.
Yeah.
I care about the things that are important.
We're
to,
below average
to
statistically.
us, average American families. Food, gas, housing, utilities. Those things are what's important. I couldn't care less about freeing Israel.
Yeah, but
freeing
the
Iran.
government doesn't care about that, dude.
No, I know, but that's my point. And the reason I do care about the rest of the whole world. I wish that everybody could live a great life, is because life itself is important.
Mm-hmm.
Like that segue.
If you follow Christ.
Life itself is important, and because life is important, it is from the moment that you are conceived that you inherit that protection and importance.
Are you referring to when the sperm penetrates the egg?
Yes.
You know,
Use the word penetrate, dude. Oh, such
you know,
an ugly word.
There's a spark when that happens.
Yeah, an inexplicable spark.
I can explain it, but atheists aren't gonna.
Like that segue though, dude? Come on. That was good.
Yeah,
That was a good segue.
It's one of your good. It's
Somebody give me some credit for that.
It's one of your
All
handful
right.
of good qualities.
Yeah. and that's abortion.
Huh.
Is the taboo, not for me, but for a lot of people, the taboo subject. Nobody wants to talk about it.
No, it's taboo.
It's because we don't have uteruses. We can't have an opinion, John.
Okay, so that's out the window for two reasons. Because that's out the reason because number one, anybody who is alive on this planet, right? Gay, straight, non-binary, whatever that means. You are here breathing air, agreeing and disagreeing. Yeah, breathe that air. Because of your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
Pat, it is impossible for you to be alive without a mom and a dad. Period.
I feel like I'm talking to my 2-year-old.
Whether they are together or not, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that you have a mother and a father for you to be breathing this air.
Yes.
Okay? Now, with that being said, you heard that? A little that was that fireball.
That was a
dude.
fireball.
That was the fireball coming back, dude. That demon. Yikes. The whole you don't have a uterus, you don't have an opinion is irrelevant because
They forget that I came out of one.
well, A,
Does not matter to you? You have one, but I came out of one too.
right, and B, all these topics that are controversial nowadays, when you dissect them, they don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because, okay, I don't have a uterus, so I don't have an opinion. Okay, that's interesting. So if a man impregnates a woman and the woman says, I want to have this child, and the man says, not interested, adios, guess what? Two words.
The double standard.
2 words, child support. Funny how that works,
The double standard. Yeah, women can choose to eliminate the pregnancy, but men can't choose to eliminate the pregnancy.
Listen, bro.
Or to keep it.
All right. So look.
It's a great topic. But I'm gonna approach this topic with the only way I know how, and it's only by one standard and by one authority that I can make this argument. And it's biblical.
I know but that's not the only one. That's yours.
That's my only
Go ahead.
Standard. Well, maybe not the only, but is the most important standard. Number one standard for me is the biblical standard of life and the importance of life and why life is important. Because for you to tell me why, if I were to ask you, John, why is life important, and you're an atheist, you're gonna have to come up with some weird, other than we evolved to think that we are important. You're gonna have to come up with something more than that
From monkeys.
to prove to
Can
me.
you imagine?
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to come up with something more than to prove to me that you actually believe that life is important. Because for that, it just sounds like you don't really believe that. You think it is. Like it's an opinion that life is important, but I don't think you actually believe it.
Can I ask you a question? If we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys?
Yeah, we haven't evolved yet.
Okay, got it. Continue. They're almost going extinct. It'd be funny. Like there's only 1,100 gorillas left or whatever it was going extinct. That's funny. Yo, just evolve, dude. Just evolve. It's funny how that works. Continue. Sorry, monkeys.
So the standard for the importance of life, the basis in which people will claim that your neighbor holds value. That standard is tough as a non-Christian, and honestly, I'll even other religions, although they're fake religions, they can also kind of use their. I don't know, for Buddhists or whatever, if they have a sense of maybe not, because I guess they reincarnate, so I guess life isn't that as important, but whatever.
Reincarnate.
The Christian belief and the Christian teaching of life is what gives humans that value. That's, by the way, why all of you have the freedom that you have in this country, because the founding fathers were Christian, and the reason you have the ability to pursue life and liberty, and happiness is because your freedoms they believed were inherited the moment you were born.
God bless America.
And that they're not given to you by the government. They're given to you by God the moment that you are born. The moment that you became life, essentially. Which is not when you're born. I guess should clarify that when I'm talking about abortion.
You have a heartbeat in the womb.
I can argue that that's also not it.
No, I know.
For you to have a heartbeat in the womb,
I'm just
saying, for you to have a heartbeat in the womb, you need to have your blood capillaries have to be formed. So
I didn't go to college. You're talking out of my realm now.
You need veins.
So shout out veins.
So you're not a human until your veins are created?
Bruh, none of this.
Because for your veins to be created now, your cells, whatever, your mitochondria have to be working.
Mitochondria
for energy. So are you human now? Because your cells have energy. Does that make you a human? No. You go back far enough, and you're gonna get to the egg meeting the sperm meeting the egg. So
osmosis Pat over here.
No, I'm just saying, like that argument about the heartbeat is so dumb because there are other things that happen before the heartbeat that justify life just as much as the heartbeat itself. But anyways, what I'm saying is, long story short, the biblical standard is the standard that I will be using to argue abortion. And a lot of other things would be common sense, but it'll be mostly biblical. And obviously, I don't have to say this, but I am absolutely against abortion. Or should I say the knowing and the outright killing of babies, of little humans in the womb.
I mean, look, if you had asked me, it's funny. The first thing I type in is like abortions clinic near you. 2023, an estimated 1,038,000 abortions were provided by people in the U.S.
The number, I'm pretty sure, for Gen Z, it's 60% of Gen Z was aborted.
Well, it was a 12% increase from 2021.
Well, check the
2% decrease from 2020. A bunch of shit here. First of all, 1 million is too many. Okay.
Did you hear what I said? 60% of all of Gen Z was aborted.
What year is Gen Z? Is it like 96?
97, I think. Yeah.
Gen Z. Gen Z is 97 to 2012. Yeah. So how many did you say?
56, I think.
All right.
56%.
So abortion is tricky. Okay. I've always been.
It's saying here more. No. Yeah, it's saying 30%.
I mean, it's still a lot.
30%.
That's a third of a population, bro.
No, that's a whole third.
So, if you had asked me 10 years ago, I've always been pro-life. Okay? But if you had asked me 10 years ago,
pro-life in what sense though?
Against abortion. But
against abortion when?
In totality.
Always against abortion. No matter what.
If you had asked me 10 years ago,
so you're not a pro-life. You're an abolitionist.
If you had asked me 10 years ago, I didn't agree with abortions, but I had the Stephen A. Smith approach of live and let live. So I don't agree with your choice, but if that's the choice you want to make, you take it up with God. That was my vision 10 years ago. Okay. That changed as I got older, especially once I had a kid. Me and my wife, prior to her getting pregnant, had a conversation with somebody, and they asked us, if you ever get pregnant and you do the test, and like you can find out the gender, right? But and you can do another test too, but we decided not to because that test requires sticking a needle into the sac, not my sac. So.
I didn't think we knew that clarification.
It requires putting a needle into the sac, and that can go wrong. But that test can let you know a more specific background of the child in terms of Down syndrome, autism, stuff like that. And the question that was asked was, if you did that test and you found out if the child would have autism or Down syndrome, would you keep the child? And me and my wife said, yeah. And then the other person that asked said, oh, I don't know. So that rubbed me the wrong way, because for me, it's like, yo, who are you to judge if somebody who's got autism or Down syndrome or any kind of abnormality is worthy of living or not?
The Nazis would have agreed with them.
But
just putting that out there.
But it changed when she got pregnant, because no matter what, I love my son. No matter what, And I think, throw rape out the window, because rape is a joke statistic. I'm not taking away from the severity of rape.
For YouTube, I'm gonna have to bleep those out.
No, it's only like if it's in like the first couple minutes.
Just say.
Oh, grape.
Just say grape.
So grape, right, is a bullshit statistic, because it only makes up 1% of abortions.
Less than 1%.
Okay. Now, I understand the severity, right? People like, you look at like Charlie Kirk interviews and stuff like that, like when they used to talk about like, oh, if your daughter got raped, screw the daughter. Screw the daughter. Take the daughter out of the equation. If your wife was raped and she got pregnant, yo, that's a heavy situation to be in.
Very.
That is God, our Lord and Savior, bless our lives, bless our families, that we never have to be put in a situation like that. But that is a heavy situation to be in. Okay? But that is the only, and I'm talking actual rape. I'm talking about, not like, hey, you got drunk. Oh, I slept with this guy. I said no, but he raped me. For clarity, being sloppy is not rape. For clarity. Okay? No.
I get what you're saying.
Getting wasted and then regretting who you slept with, and then, oh, I said no, but he touched it.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about real rape.
Iffy grounds there, but okay.
Grape. I'm talking about real grapes.
We're screwed at this point. Just
whatever.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about real ones, where in the situation where like the heavy dark shit that we see on TV or okay. Yeah. Muddy waters. Okay? Because I can say my opinion from the outside, but if it happened to my family, I might not feel, the same way that I'm saying now, because I'm talking from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
Now, in the sense of, I'll use my life as an example. Wife, right? And I know you may, again, muddy waters. Wife gets pregnant. My wife gets pregnant. Doctor says, hey, complications here. I suggest you abort the child. Because if you do not, child being born with XYZ, I don't care. It's my child. I love him regardless. You don't have to agree. It's my child.
Yeah.
It's not your business. But, hey, you need to abort the child or your life is in jeopardy. That's a much heavier circumstance for me.
But it's if not less, it's around the same exact percentage of pregnancies that happens. That is the percentage of abortions that are related to rape.
Sure.
So there are pretty much no more pregnancies in which the mom is at risk of death unless she delivers,
right,
or unless she aborts the baby.
But I'm strictly speaking in terms of like a scenario where I may be okay with it, is what I'm saying, right?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying justified.
Okay, well, I'll say this. In a scenario where my wife is not maybe going to
Let's say
she will-
100%.
It is 100% guaranteed
She will not
that
survive.
she will not survive unless we get rid of the baby. I will always choose my wife over my child in that situation, and it wouldn't be an easy situation.
No.
It wouldn't be an easy decision, and it's a decision I'm sure I probably will have to make alone because my wife would probably not agree with me
Lots of prayer
in
brother.
that situation.
Lots
But
of prayer.
but that's the only way. If it's a 100% guarantee, if there's a chance, if it's maybe, we're sticking it through.
Pat,
So,
I know people.
and just so everybody knows, I'm speaking this way. If I mention my wife, her and I are on the same page with all this stuff. So I'm not speaking for her. So my wife and I are
On the same page.
like this when it comes to this topic.
Pat, I know plenty of people.
Mm-hmm.
I know plenty of people who are single moms. You and I know people that are single dads.
Mm-hmm.
I know people that have people that are very close to me who are not married, who have never been married, who have one or two children from one partner, more than one partner. I guarantee you, I bet my life, you ask those people, hey, the dad of your daughter, the dad of your son, he's not in your life. You regret your kid? I bet my life the answer is no.
Yeah.
I bet my life.
For most people. Yeah. I would agree.
Psychopaths might say, I don't know.
Yeah. Feminists.
Yeah, or
Feminists
just
would say that.
Retards.
No, yeah, you're right. Most people would say that. But going back to the rape situation, my answer to that is very simple. So, why blame the baby for the sins of his father? Why blame the son or the daughter for the sins of their father? It makes no sense.
What?
It doesn't make any sense. You want to castrate the dad for raping? You want to castrate the guy for raping the mom? You want a death sentence? You want to do what you got to do. Like, figure something out to punish the rapist.
I understand the weight,
but you're
Pat.
gonna kill a baby.
All right.
You're gonna abort a child.
I'll give you a scenario.
Because John, I can look into a crowd of 100 people, and you're right next to me. I'm gonna say, John, point out the people that here who came out of rape, who were born out of rape.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
And that to me is enough for me to say, even in that situation, as dark and as awful as that situation is for the woman, blaming or taking it out on the baby who had nothing to do with that is not the right decision. And that's not what's going to ultimately bring justice to the situation.
I don't want you to get it twisted. I don't disagree with you. Okay? But what I'm saying is this. Let's use worst case scenario.
Why?
Because
No,
that's
but I hate that argument. I hate the worst case because we need to use what happens every day. Like,
Okay.
the worst, I think people using worst case scenario is the people that come up to us. What about in the case of rape?
Okay.
I'll be like, listen, in
But
the
even
case
in
of rape, it's point whatever percent. It's less than 1%. So, and then if I go up to them and I say, oh, fine, let's say I concede and I say, you know what, you're right. I've changed my mind. I think abortion should be illegal, except in the case of rape. What do you think? 90% of them are going to say, no, I don't think it should be open for everybody. Oh, but then why did you bring up rape? You know how many times that's happened in conversations with people, like online or in person? They'll bring up rape because it's always the one that people bring up. It's the worst case scenario. But then if I concede worst case scenario, it's not enough. They just bring it up because it's the only thing they have, because they realize that 99% of people get abortions as birth control. That's what it comes down to.
no, I agree with you.
That's what it comes down to.
I agree with you. The reason why I say that is, example, you have an abortion because you slept with someone and you just happen to get pregnant. Whether you're dating them, whether you're not dating them, whether you're married, whatever.
My guy,
hold on.
sex has consequences.
I
John.
agree. I agree.
Like,
but what I'm saying is, if someone gets pregnant, right,
Yeah.
and they're just not, let's just for whatever reason say mentally, financially, emotionally ready to have a kid.
but you were mentally, financially, emotionally ready to have sex.
Right. I disagree. I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. That's not a scenario to have an abortion. The reason I say grape is from the woman's perspective.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
you have to do a lot of soul searching for you to. That's heavy for you to go through an entire pregnancy. You got raped. They caught the guy. Death penalty. He's dead. He's gone. Okay. But hey, I'm gonna go through with the pregnancy. You got to do a lot of soul searching, and God needs to heal your heart because it's very difficult.
I agree that it's difficult.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
No. I agree that it's difficult
For you to have a child,
and that must be so hard because
yes,
you're constantly reminded.
You're constantly reminded why that child is here.
Agreed.
Again, not the child's fault.
No, agreed. But then, what does the opposite do? What does the abortion do then? In that case, like if it's so hard and so crazy, right, to go through the pregnancy, I agree with that. Does abortion now fix those things?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
You're still mentally scarred.
You're still gonna have to get
scarred.
healed. You still need to. Nothing changes except the fact that that baby is no longer there. So again, to me, not a good argument.
I'm just saying it's not easy.
No. Anybody that thinks I'm sitting here like downplaying this, I know
you.
I 100% agree that it's not easy, and it's something I don't wish upon any woman to have to go through.
No,
it is an awful. I can't even begin to imagine that situation.
But getting rid of a child is not the solution.
Yeah, but it's because of what I just said. Like, yes, it's so hard to have to go through the pregnancy and whatever. But does the abortion then fix that? And it doesn't.
No.
So, and John, and honestly, there's other solutions. Like you can put the child up for adoption. First of all, that child can go to adoption.
First of all, let's be abundantly clear here. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides the grape scenario, right? For you to be born, it takes two. Okay? Now,
that's what I was saying before. Yeah.
If we follow...
You got to have... Sex has consequences.
Right. But if we follow biblical, and to be honest with you...
I was about to get into the biblical
people who are not religiously inclined to have this conversation, you can still get raised by people who say, wait till you're married to have sex. Number one. Number two, right? So let's just play this out here, right? Number one, wait till you're married. Oh, well, 50% of marriages end in divorce. Pick your partner better, okay? Wait till you're married, one. B, two, if you can't, convenience stores, condoms. 3, birth control. 4, what's that little thing they put in? IUD? Is that what that is?
Yeah. I confuse that with the IED, the bombs.
Oh, God.
I know. I forget.
Put a bomb in your uterus.
Which one's which.
Here's one. Pull out.
I can't do any of those things anymore, by the way.
Well, we're married. So it's different. But
no,
bro.
Catholics can't do that.
Excuse me?
No, Catholic can't. There's no contraception for Catholics.
Wow.
We could talk about that off the air. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you.
Damn. So every time you're just...
Inside. Yeah.
Good for you, brother.
Whatever. We can talk about that later.
That's fine.
So yeah, people that go and have sex.
Consequences, man.
Sex main purpose, other than pleasure, is procreation.
Mm-hmm.
So the result of sex is supposed to equal baby. So one person plus one person plus sex equals one more person. Like, it's just the way it works. It's just, that's the purpose. So when you go and have sex and you become pregnant and you say, oh my God, how did this happen? What do you mean?
Yeah, you got to be a moron.
Yeah, you know how that happened, of course, obviously. And you know that was a risk you were willing to take when you were horny and wanted to go have sex. So I am, the whole bringing up the worst case scenario, like I was saying, I don't like, because everybody, 99% of people do it like this. They have sex with somebody, they regret having sex with them after they find out they got pregnant by mistake, and then they go ahead and get an abortion. That's it. It's not rape. It's not, I can't even think of any other crazy situation. It's none of those things. It's just birth control, and it's out of control. We just said before, 30% of an entire generation was aborted. 30%, John. I don't know how many millions of people are part of Gen Z, but whatever that 30% number is, I'm sure you can find out real quick. is going to be a massive number. That's just Gen Z. More people have been aborted, I think.
As of 2025 to 2026, approximately 69 to 71 million Gen Z individuals in the United States, representing.
That's more than every single war in the 20th century combined. So that's crazy, man.
The other irritation,
or all of abortions, and not just Gen Z. I'm saying.
Well, here's my other irritation. Here's my other irritation. My tax, and this goes back to every single thing. My tax dollars, right, are now paying.
Yeah, we pay for it
for your mistake, because me and my wife, okay, my son's gonna be 3 in August, okay, and I'm not gonna get too into this because it's I don't know how open my wife would want me to be. We got married December of 2021. Okay. And you were there. You were my pastor.
It's been that long, dude?
Yeah. It'll be 5 years in December.
Wow.
We got married in December. We had the ceremony in May. Prior to that, the sex was not meant to have a child. Strictly because she wanted to fit in her dress. And what I mean by that is condoms. Okay? The ceremony was May of 2022. You were there, right?
And I pronounce you man, husband and wife, dude.
Well, that was in December.
Oh.
But the ceremony, the party was in May of 22. She didn't get pregnant. And so from day of the party, we were trying to get pregnant. She didn't get pregnant till November of that year. Yeah, because my son was born August of 23, so November was when she got pregnant, November of 22. 6 months almost, trying, okay? Following schedules, monitoring ovulation, everything, okay? We are now in March of 26, and we have been trying for a year. Okay? Now, people think that pregnancy is like that and you just get pregnant. It's not how it works, right? Women have to ovulate. Your sperm has to, her gynecologist said a really good thing. He said that young women, once they have their period into their 20s, let's say every ovulation cycle, they drop 10 eggs, for example. 7 of the 10 eggs are good eggs. The older you get, that number flips. Once you get into your 30s, mid-30s, late 30s.
Yeah,
now,
makes sense.
she's not, my wife's only 32, but
yeah.
The older you get, out of the 10, only 3 are good, 7 are bad. So it becomes much more difficult to get pregnant.
That makes sense.
But the reason I'm bringing this up is she has to pay out of pocket to pay for, and she has like irregular periods. It's a common problem with a lot of women, but she has to pay for a medicine to either force her period out, help the ovulation.
Yeah,
out of pocket.
So we
out
have
of pocket.
You're trying to say we're
trying to have
pay
a
for
kid.
this stuff, but they go and have an abortion
Bingo.
for free.
Bingo. I'm trying to grow my family.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give love to more children.
I don't think that that's by mistake. I genuinely do.
But you can go suck your baby out from your stomach for free.
Dude, speaking of which, I just got an awful image. I saw a video recently about like abortions and how it's done.
Pat, the most disturbing video you can ever see, especially if it's past. Like I understand the whole thing. Oh, they're not developed yet.
No, the one I saw wasn't like 9
bro,
months.
People have abortions.
But it was like
second trimester.
It was
bro.
like 4 or 5 months, and you can see like the little legs,
bingo,
the little hands,
bingo.
Oh, I just got a bad feeling.
Listen, brother, listen. Judgment Day is coming.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
So. The reason life has value is because the Lord said it has value. In Psalm, the famous passage is, For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. It goes on and says, Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them. Beautiful little passage. It's David. They're just talking about everything that God had prepared for him when he was still in the womb. You know, it's beautiful. And it says, you saw my unformed substance.
Take
right?
that.
In your book were written the days that were formed for me. In your book, my life was laid out for me. And I was still in the womb. I was still an unformed substance. And my whole life, God had already planned out for me. God already knew what was going to happen in my life. So back in the Old Testament, God had already set the precedence for the importance of life, even in the womb, even for a child. Also, the Bible goes. This is stuff I was looking into this week, just kind of preparing a little bit. But the Bible goes into the idea of it called John. So in Luke, John the Baptist, Elizabeth is his mom. Mary's pregnant with Jesus, and when Mary shows up to Elizabeth's house, it says Elizabeth's unborn baby leaps from joy at the sound of Mary's voice, carrying the unborn Jesus, both described as living persons. So, I was saying like they're both. So, the Bible makes sure to use the word child, when describing a baby in the womb. It gives it the same exact word that it uses to describe like any other child that it talks about in the Bible. So it gives it kind of that word, that specific value statement, essentially for that baby. And then in Psalm 127, behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb, a reward. So, dude, it's just, there's a lot of passages like that, but essentially at the end of the day, biblically speaking, because of the value that life holds, that is inalienable, that's the word, abortion just very simply violates the commandment against murder. It's just that simple. Because we've already established that biblically there is life begins at conception. Because you can't tell me that it's when the heartbeat starts, because if it's when the heartbeat starts, so the veins are needed for a heartbeat. So are the veins not just as important as a heartbeat itself? So then life essentially would start when the baby has veins, then maybe it doesn't need the heartbeat. But then for the veins to be formed, it needs this. So that needs to be just as important as the veins and the heartbeat, because without this, there is no heartbeat. So this has to be just as important. And I can just keep going back.
You're wasting your breath with all that because everything that you say is just it proves the people that are pro-abortion. It just proves all their shit incorrect.
No, exactly.
Because
I'm trying to stick to this as a biblical sense.
But people say, oh well, it should be when they can survive on their own. Babies can't survive on their own.
Right. 1-year-olds
elderly people who have dementia and shit their pants can't survive on their own. Should we kill them too?
The Nazis would agree with them there as well.
I mean, come on, bro. Give me a break with that. Give me a break. Let me tell you something, dude.
So the Bible says in Genesis 9, whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made man in his own image. In Proverbs it says, lists, 16 to 19, lists hands that shed innocent blood as something that God hates. In Exodus 21, imposes penalties including life for life if a pregnant woman is struck and the child harmed, treating the unborn as a person under the. So yeah, I forgot about this. In Exodus, the Bible actually specifies if you strike a woman who is pregnant and you hurt the baby, now you are owed 2 lives.
That's law, brother.
Yeah.
If somebody kills a pregnant woman, that's a double homicide, brother.
Yeah.
Double homicide.
They can't stand that part of it.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, right? When it's convenient for you. Listen, I appreciate you going biblical because I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
But for anybody who is not quote unquote religious, whatever the case may be, I can say this.
Well, if somebody's not religious, they can't logically defend the reason why I can't walk up to somebody and just shoot them at any given point.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. But what I'm saying is this: if you remove the religious aspect of the conversation, okay, I'm just going to be as plain as day as possible. For anybody out there, and we have listeners who have children, we also have listeners who do not have children, or you may see, maybe you're not a subscriber, maybe you're not a friend of us, of ours, whatever the case may be, but you see little snippets or reels here and there. Let me tell you something, dude. If you don't have a child, and I know you can attest to this, especially since your wife's pregnancy was not, and not just your wife. I'm not going to disclose on camera because I don't know if they want their business out there, but we have close friends whose wives did not have easy pregnancies either. Mm-hmm. I will say this to you. To anybody out there, if you do not have a child yet, you're planning to have a child in the future. You want to have a child in the future. Let me tell you something. Having a child is the greatest joy you'll ever experience in your life. And I could give a rat's ass if it's a healthy child, if it's a child without limbs, if it's a child that's got any kind of, mental or physical or a deformity, whatever the case may be. You will never experience the locked away emotion that is in your body, unless you're a piece of shit, which there are a lot of pieces of shit out there, but you will never experience the love, the emotion. Once it's one thing entirely seeing an ultrasound, seeing those 3D images. It's another thing entirely holding your child in your arms.
Yeah.
Watching your child grow. You will never experience, or you'll never understand what that's like until you experience it.
Right.
Point blank.
Right. And that's essentially what it comes down to. It's I'm going to go back to the biblical. You can stick with the non-biblical stuff as well, because it's just as easy to argue that too. Mm-hmm. But from the theological standpoint, it's everybody's created in the image of God.
Not monkeys.
Life has sanctity, so there is a sanctity of life itself. We're not just like
clump of cells,
sacks of meat,
right.
And it's God's sovereignty. God made it so that baby was conceived. And who are you to stop that process? So the syllogism is very easy. It's essentially saying it's wrong to intentionally kill innocent blood, innocent people. A baby in the womb is an innocent person, therefore abortion is wrong. That's the basic syllogism for why abortion is no good. Because if you disagree with that, you'd have to disagree with that. Why is it even a life? That's one argument. Then you have to disagree. Is it innocent? I don't think anybody disagrees with that one. So it all starts with like, where do you draw the line of when it becomes a life? And also, I just genuinely believe that abortion is the modern practice of human child sacrifice from the Old Testament.
That's deep, brother. Oof.
I do.
Damn. I wasn't going that far, but
I'm just saying. I believe that. It's exactly what Satan would want.
Oof.
All the millions of little babies dead. Why would you not want that if I'm him?
I mean, touche.
What was Epstein doing?
Ooh.
Who was he targeting the most?
You didn't have to go there, but you went there.
No, I'm just saying, who was he targeting the most? It wasn't grown ass people.
Children.
It was children.
Yeah.
And you think most of I know there's a lot of.
You're gonna make me take a shot.
I know there's a lot of victims that are alive right now, but you think a lot of them are alive, or a lot of them have maybe they got rid of the evidence, So like the idea of like child sacrifice, you think they do it because it doesn't work? Like, do you think they killed children back in the Old Testament when they got to the land of Canaan and they sent the spies to go see what was going on, and the spies came back to Moses and said, "Yeah, they're killing children. They're throwing children in hot pots of boiling water, and they're boiling children alive to their God." Do you think that they were doing that because it didn't work? No, John. They do these things because these things work. They kill children because why? Because the devil will make sure that whatever they need to happen will happen. because that is the ultimate thing that they can do, is sacrifice an innocent blood, just like Christ, as innocent as he could be, sinless, put his life on the cross for yours and my sins and for all of your sins. Satan twists that. Satan twists the idea that Christ's innocent blood died for our sins, and he twists it for you to kill innocent child who have not committed any sin for him. That is like the ultimate twisting of the scriptures, the ultimate twisting of the gospel. And what do you think Satan does when somebody does those types of things? You think he just he loves it, dude.
Rejoice.
He rejoices, and he gives these people what they want. That's why these people are all famous and they all have money and power. These things work. That's why people do it. So abortion is the legal form of child sacrifice. And this goes back to before Bible times. So I'm not surprised that the world is okay with this. I'm not surprised that the word is care that we use when it comes to abortion. I'm not surprised, because that needs to be the way it looks. It needs to look that way. It needs to look like that so that most people will fall behind it. But in reality, it's just what's been going on for millennia.
You're not gonna get me emotional, but we talked about this last week, and I'll say it again. And I know that you're right there with me. Having a child has changed my outlook on life, and I say this again to anybody, especially our listeners, like our close friends and stuff. When you have a child, it's going to change your life. But it's just, it's in the back of my mind a little bit, like the whole Epstein shit. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. I said this last week. I'll say it again. And I know you're right there with me. Brother, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, I pray for my son's life and his well-being and him growing up and being healthy and all this stuff every day, every night before I go to bed. But I'll say this. If any harm, malicious intent ever comes to my son or any future children, and I know I speak for you as well, boy.
Oh, John, there's millions of children dying right now.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but
that's why this conversation's
But
important.
we can't, but I can't, I can't go and fight the good fight.
No, but we can do
people.
this. We can talk about it.
No, right. But what I'm saying is, man, if in the words of who is it, Mr. T, I pity the fool that ever has any malicious intent or tries, or God help me, succeeds in doing harm to my son. Yo, you better get me too.
Yeah.
You better get me too.
Let's not rehash that conversation.
Because
so
I will.
No, I'm
war.
With you. I'm with you.
War.
But
one way.
I'm not pro-life. I am absolutely an abolitionist. I believe in the absolute and total eradication of any and all abortions. So I don't even think the pro-life position is strong enough.
I agree.
It needs to be total ban of abortions. Now, another biblical. This is not in the Bible, but this is arguments from I was trying to figure out how far back can I go where people are talking about abortion as a sin, right? Or talking about abortion as something that is wrong. So here we go. This is AD, 70 AD. The Gospel of John hadn't even been written yet. So this is only 40 years after Christ. It's like there's something called the Didache, which was written by the 12 apostles. It's teachings of the 12 apostles. It's not in the Bible. It's not the Bible. Doesn't hold. It's not infallible. It's not an authority like the Bible is. But it's very important. It's an important document. The word wasn't abortion, but this is the word that they translated here. You shall not procure an abortion nor destroy a newborn child. This is written in 70 AD. A letter of Barnabas, which is written in, they think, around 874 AD. Thou shalt not slay the child by procuring abortion. Again, the word isn't abortion back then, obviously. There's the Greek, I forget what the word is. I should have written it down. Thou shalt not slay the child by procuring abortion, nor again shalt thou destroy it after it is born. I have Athenagoras, which is 177 AD. Women who induce abortion commit murder, and will have to give an account to God for the abortion.
Ooh.
The fetus is a created being and therefore an object of God's care. This is Tertullian. He's very famous. In 197 AD, to hinder a birth is merely a speedier man-killing, nor does it matter whether you take away a life that is born or destroy one that is coming to birth. That is a man which is going to be one. You have the fruit already in its seed. And then right after, he also notes the Mosaic law punishes abortion in Exodus 21, which I read before. This is 374 AD. Basil the Great and John Chrysostom in 391 AD, and Jerome in 396 AD, all big famous church fathers, equate abortion with murder, impose penance, and call it worse than some other sins because it prevents a birth. And that was talked about in a few councils, actually ecumenical councils. So it's been talked about since literally the beginning of. It's since at least 2,000 years, but because of Exodus, which was written thousands of years before Christ, at least that long. So if Christianity, if God has always tried to protect the life of a newborn baby, and then as soon as the Israelites show up to Canaan, the people there are specifically murdering babies, it just kind of goes to show, right? The creator of the universe is protecting children, protecting babies, newborns, and in the womb. And you get to a place that has no God, like that is a godless place like Canaan before the Israelites settled it. And they are doing the complete opposite of that. It just kind of goes to show, like, what side of history that's on, right? Like, hey, the creator of the universe, God, just said no. And then you get to a place where God is not present because the people reject him there. And all they're doing is murdering babies to gain things from their God, Satan. Kind of goes to show, like, that's why I think it's the modern day child sacrifice, because it's the one thing that's been consistent since the beginning of time. The killing children for some reason, John, for some reason, is what the enemy loves. It's what it wants, and it's what it loves, because it's been doing it for so long. And it's obviously not the only sin it's been doing for so long, but like, there's something different about shedding the blood of innocent people.
Something darker there.
Yeah, like the innocence is what makes it.
Children are innocent.
It's so ugly.
Are innocent.
You know, it's so ugly, and it's just like people that. That's the whole, again, it goes back to the gospel, but like, it's the idea when somebody dies who doesn't deserve it, or somebody suffers who doesn't deserve it, and that's what we do to them when we abort them. Let's say in the worst case scenario of rape, is punishing an innocent child, allowing your sins or the sins of their parents to punish the innocent baby in the womb. That's really what it comes down to.
Couple things there. Number one, it's funny how you said AD, right? It's funny how everybody who doesn't believe in God yet AD is written, right? What's that mean? Anyway, it's number one. Number two, all the liberals, all these psychopaths who say, don't tell me what to do. It's my body. I do what I want, right? Yada yada. You're right. But guess what? That's not your body. It's inside your body, but it's not your body.
Yeah.
Somebody else's. Who are you to take a life? Who do you think? Anyways, it's all good. Listen, some advice for the fans out there.
It goes back to what you said before when it related to what you just said there. Like, that baby is technically half mine then.
Yeah.
Like, it shares my DNA.
My boy.
It may be in your body.
Swimmer.
It may be in your body, but half of its DNA is mine.
Literally half.
Right.
My wife's gynecologist said this. I don't know what the number is. I forget. The DNA ladder, right? It's like 23 yours, 23 the woman's, right? Whatever the case. Mm-hmm. Whatever the exact number is. Right? I'm not a gynecologist. Don't quote me. Okay?
Quote him. Fact check him.
It's half and half. And the woman's egg produces half, the man's sperm produces half, right?
Yeah.
if the egg, like let's use the number 23. I forget what the number is. It might be 23 because it, like the whole DNA test 23 and me. I could be wrong, but anyways, let's use the number 23 as an example. Woman's egg produces 23 chromosomes, whatever DNA, right? The man's sperm does the other half. If the sperm produces 22 or 24, or the egg produces 22 or 24, one off, whether it's a +1 or -1, guess what happens?
I would assume no life. Yeah.
The woman's body realizes the abnormality and in modern terms is called a miscarriage, but self-aborts.
Yeah.
God says,
not yet.
Not yet. Nope.
Not yet.
It's either perfection or nothing. Take that. Take that. And for anybody out there who, whether you're married, not yet, whatever the case, you don't have a child yet. You know, there's some people who maybe they are married, you know, been married for a while, don't want to have a child yet, whether it be for financial reasons, whatever. Hey man, it's all good. It's all good. Or somebody out there, be responsible. Hey, condoms are cheap. Condoms are cheap.
Unless you're Catholic.
Well, story for a different day. But condoms are cheap. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Think. And just wait it out. Because I promise you, when you have a child, it'll be the greatest thing you ever did. Don't jeopardize and by the way, let's be honest. Another thing, abortions are not, you know, it's not exercise for the human body. You know what I'm saying? You have abortions. It's not good for you.
No, it's not natural.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I want to say this too. I am by no means. I may have even sounded a little bit rash today, or harsh, or unloving. Even I don't mean to sound that way.
I think the word is blunt.
Blunt. I don't mean to. Well, blunt's fine, but I don't mean to sound like I don't care or that I am like
lacking sympathy
in
or
empathy
yeah.
or in sympathy for people.
Because those scenarios exist, bro. They're rare, but they exist.
Abortion is forgivable.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Everything is forgivable. Hold on. Everything is forgivable. You can live a life of sin.
Jesus said there's one sin that is not forgivable.
Oh.
We can talk about that another day. But the abortion is forgivable. And that's biblical. So I don't want people to think that.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that like once you commit abortion, you're screwed and that's it. No, it's forgivable. You ask Christ, you repent, and you ask God, you will be forgiven. Doesn't change anything about the abortion itself and how wrong it is. But just like all the sins that I've committed, that John's committed, you know, that
many,
right? Those sins are forgivable, and we need to truly repent for them. So don't feel like I am saying there's no way out once you're committed an abortion. That's it. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying God wants to forgive you.
Has forgiven you.
And you will find if you repented.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
But you can find forgiveness.
Yes.
That's something I wanted to make sure.
He died on a cross for the bullshit that we do, brother.
Yeah, exactly. We don't deserve it.
No. No.
We don't deserve it. So yeah, the grace of God is enough, and the grace of God can cover this sin and many other sins and all other sins except one. But we got to wrap it up here. But the idea is for me as first of all, actually hold on. There is something I want to say that probably will be a little bit blunt here.
Wants to wrap it up.
Just one last thing. No, one last.
I
thing.
forgive
You know
you.
why? You know why this one is important.
Pat, if God forgives you, I forgive you, brother.
The reason this is important though, John, this is one that kind of like it irks my soul. I ask God, forgive me if I am judging or if I'm being unfair to these people. But I do put these people in a different bracket than others. And those are Christians who support abortion.
I thought you were going to say sluts.
Christians who support abortion. If you are,
What kind of nut job?
you talking about, John? I just saw.
All right.
I just saw.
Let's not get into
I just saw a pastor the other day wearing a robe, a rainbow robe, preaching about how God supports homosexuality. Trust me, we've seen all of it. But I'm saying a Christian who supports abortion specifically. I don't want this to sound harsh, but what I will say is you need to do some serious reading, and you need to go talk to somebody.
Talk to God.
Because if you believe as a Christian that abortion is okay and that life does not begin at conception, you're not going against me or other Christians. You're going against the Bible. You're going against the entirety of church history, because none of the other church fathers agreed with you. They all believed that life began at abortion, at conception, and that abortion was wrong. So there is no support that you will find historically from the church in support of abortion. And I believe that if you believe that abortion is okay as a Christian, that is a serious lapse in judgment, and your not only your ethical and your moral code is also completely skewed. And long story short, go figure it out, because it's I'm not going to be the one to judge you. I mean, I am judging you right now.
Judgment Day, baby.
But God is definitely going to judge that. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But
remember, bro, Arnold once said,
you're an idiot.
Nah, you're
but
right.
I appreciate you guys listening. I'm sorry if that went a while.
It's all good.
I didn't mean to rip people. You got anything to add?
Yeah, I got something actually. So this is to everybody who is an absolute degenerate. If you had a long day at work, and you or your significant other in the household, this is more for people who have families, like children, or maybe you live with other family members, whatever the case may be. A 2, 3, I would say 3+ household. If you have a long day at work, whatever the case may be, you're not going to cook tonight. So you're going to pass by somewhere to get food, right? Let's just, for conversation's sake, let's say fast food, Taco Bell, Wendy's, whatever the case.
Just so you know, if you're coming to John's house, don't bother, because you already ate.
Well,
But go ahead.
Depends on the day. But
He never eats with me.
But if you're going to pick up food, you're going to get takeout, right? For your family, okay? Order on the app, right? Park your car, walk inside. Don't be an asshole.
Unnecessary details? Okay.
No, don't be an asshole and order the whole menu on the drive-thru. It's called a drive-thru, not a drive park, take your time. So if you're going to feed your family and you're spending $50-$60 plus, because it's, you get 2 meals now at Wendy's and McDonald's, it's $25 because the prices went up. But if you're going to go feed a family of 4 or more, okay, order ahead on the app, right? Store pickup, right? You park the car, you go inside, you pick it up. Because otherwise, now you're delaying the drive-thru. I'm in there, I'm just trying to get nuggets and a Coke. Now you're over there taking...
I think that's first mistake. You being there getting nuggets and a Coke, dude.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Dude, when you're in a pinch, dude. But you're over here ordering the whole menu. And I'm behind you, right? I see what you ordered before the screen goes blank. I see $68, right? You order the whole thing. And then you go in front, you pay, you go to the second window. They don't give you the food yet because you ordered the whole restaurant, right? And now you're waiting, and then they tell you to park.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh, go to the side. Oh, so you gotta wait anyway. So do me a favor. So order online. You get points.
It's just the laziness of not getting out of the car.
Well, then
that's what it was.
Listen, man. You're in the fast food place anyway. You're probably overweight. It's all good. Order on the app. Get some points. Park the car. Walk inside. Grab your food. Stop holding up the drive-thru. Goes to the same thing with the bank that I talked about a couple weeks ago. People over here trying to do 5 deposits at the drive-thru. Hey, man, Enough of that shit.
Yeah.
All right?
I agree with that.
That's it. Drive through, not drive park. Take your time. Order for the whole family. Drive through, quick. Quick and easy. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later. That's it.
I'm with that. I don't go through drive-thrus, but
Well, you know what I'm saying. Also, quick shout out to I want to give a shout out to my boy Shia LaBeouf. If you're a hater, you're a hater. You're a scumbag. It's all good. I don't care. I sent you the video of him doing the podcast with the guy Andrew, whatever his name is.
I'm not on the wagon at all.
You know what?
I forgot what he said.
You know what the Bible says about gay marriages? What does it say? Nah. If you haven't seen the Shia LaBeouf interview, it's phenomenal. And I know the guy is probably half blasted during the interview, and he's struggling with a lot of shit, a lot of alcohol abuse, stuff like that, a lot of personal stuff. If you see somebody like that, and you know anybody in your life, anybody that's struggling with something, the epitome of your friendship and how good of a person you are is how you show up for other people in your life. Don't kick them while they're down. Lend a hand, okay? Because I see when I saw that interview on Instagram, all I see is comments on the absolute. I said rape, so I'm gonna say it. Absolute cunts on the comments talking about this guy is unhinged. He's a woman beater. Okay, yeah, and he's forgiven. He made a mistake. He fell. The moral of the story is, we know people. I've fallen, you've fallen. We've had people around us. Everybody falls. You are not a good human. Matter of fact, I spit on you if you were the kind of human that you know somebody that fell and you kick them while they're down, or you disassociate with that person when they're down. Yeah. Family, friend, coworker, doesn't matter. They're down. They can be wrong 100%. Lend a hand. Help them out. Let them know, hey, I got you. Because in that interview, the guy even said, I forget what he was talking about. He was like, I had a gun in my mouth ready to blow my brains out. You never know what someone is going through, bro. And if you haven't watched that Shia interview, I suggest you watch it. It's like an hour and change, hour, 10 minutes. Great interview.
Yeah, that was great.
Love Shia LaBeouf. Great human being. He fell off the wagon. It's all good. We all fall. And if you haven't fell yet, guess what? You'll fall tomorrow. We all fall.
Agreed.
So be there for your people. Yo, you know what I noticed? We didn't cheers. Oh, you didn't drink. That's fine. It's okay.
And God offers redemption.
Yes.
Love you guys. Peace.
Godspeed. Like and subscribe. Bye. Have a good one.
Call to action. Ha! Like, subscribe, share.
Yo, play the music. Play the music. Play the music. This is so good, dude.
I hope Rode doesn't sue us for this.
I could dance to this all day. All right. Peace.